Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 5th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here, Cancer, and we are going to take a look. Sorry, I have to look at my list because I have no clue what I'm doing, but we're going to look at your first row here. We're going to look at your current, just your general energies for the week in general. In your next row, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming up for you this week. In your row after that, we're going to look at what you need to know right now this week in this row here. And in your last row, we're going to take a look at any messages from your guides. And on top of that, we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards, and I will give you time to think of your questions. So you start off with this, a time for healing card. It says Balsamic Moon on it. Clearly, you've been through something. Hermit, right next to it, you have the Death card right here, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. I kind of get the need to make sure that you don't repeat a cycle in this reading. It's actually not a bad reading. That top row is a little sketchy, right? That top row is a little bit heavy. But actually, the rest of the reading is really nice. You have the World, King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. You have some really good cards here. I just feel like that top row is saying make sure you heal fully. I kind of feel that this reading is asking you to pay attention to all signs that you receive. I feel you'll be receiving a lot of signs that are positive this week, but I feel that you could be receiving some signs that you've received before, some messages, maybe some warnings, and I wouldn't even say this is really a warning reading, but I do feel it's saying, like, if you meet someone who's, just like the last bozo you dated, right, and they're acting like a bozo, chances are they're a bozo. So I would be careful with, if you see signs that you've seen in the past before with a person. I kind of feel this is saying, don't repeat a cycle. The world really tells me that you've graduated, from a cycle, and you're ready to move on to the next thing. So I kind of feel that with this energy. You have the Hermit, the 7 of Wands, and the Strength card. Yeah, it's going to be really important that you put up these healthy boundaries with the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is my card of kind of drawing a line in the sand, saying that this boundary will not be crossed again. It's a card of conviction. He is defending his position at the top of a hill, and it's a card of knowing that you know what is for you and what isn't for you, what you're willing to accept and what you aren't willing to accept into your life, all those things. And I feel the more sure of yourself you are with the 7 of Wands, the more likely it is, as always, for you to be successful. So it's like once you draw a line in the sand with a person or something you're not willing to accept in your life anymore, that's it. If it shows up again and you accept it into your life, then the universe says, okay, well, they're not serious about this, right? So I do feel a need for you to stick up for your scruples here with this 7 of Wands. I do feel this is going to require strength for some of you, and it's going to require you to be like, no, I'm not going to repeat this heartbreak. Look, Strength card, Justice to the 3 of Swords. So I would be very careful of, a person coming in this week, or I would just say this month. It's Mercury retrograde as well this month, right? So I would be careful of repeating a mistake. You have the Hermit, and again, the Hermit says you've earned your right to be at the top of the mountain. You've earned your right to defend your position at the top of that hill on the 7 of Wands with the Hermit card. So again, don't go back down the mountain. The Hermit can represent like a dark night of the soul, or going through something very challenging that you just don't need to go through again. You've earned your right to be up there. So let's see. With the Hermit, you have the 4 of Swords. You have healed, basically, a lot of healing going on in this reading. Even the 3 of Swords, can represent a need for healing. So I feel that a lot of you could be going through healing. With the 7 of Wands, you have the Moon card. The Moon can represent a moon period. The moon comes up, the moon goes down, the sun comes up. So I feel that you've been through a moon period, and again, this is saying don't allow anyone to distract you. Everything about the moon is like a warning. The dog and the coyote, or the dog and the wolf, whichever you prefer, kind of represent needing to not get distracted. The 2 pillars back here as well, the 2 pillars are really a warning to the Fool that if you set out to do something, this is part of the Fool's journey, if you set out to do something, see it all the way through to the end. So the pillars kind of remind him to stay in between the pillars, to basically stay on the path of the moon, because there are some mountains in the background. Mountains represent accomplishments in the tarot. So it's like he needs to stay on his path. I feel like you need to stay on your path as well. And with the Strength card, you have the Judgment card. I would be careful of anyone coming back from the past for sure. But at the same time, you have the Judgment card and the Justice card in this diagonal. So I do feel that there could be kind of some this could be some judgment that you are receiving here, Cancer, and I feel this is like positive judgment. You could be receiving some karma or something like that. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this whale spirit. It says tenderness, show compassion and forgiveness, what needs to be forgiven. Three of Swords is the card of forgiveness. So I feel that forgiving a past situation would be good for you here, or just forgiving anything that needs forgiveness in your life. Could even be forgiving yourself for maybe you feel like you wasted time with a person, or maybe you feel like you wasted time on a business or an idea or something like that. And I kind of feel this is just saying once you forgive yourself or forgive the situation, then you can move on and move forward. You have the Death card, the Justice card, and the Ace of Pentacles. Amazing. The Death card has the two pillars from the moon right here, and the sun is coming up between those two pillars. So I feel for a lot of you that, you're leaving a moon period behind, a period of darkness, fears, illusions, where you haven't been sure of, how things are going to go in your life. Even this little white rose on his banner represents kind of the light in the dark. It represents just that pinprick of light that we all need to escape the darkness. So in a lot of ways, I feel like you're escaping some darkness in your life. I don't want to be dramatic, but that's what it looks like to me. You have the Justice card, and I do feel that what's unexpected is that there could be some karmic rebalancing going on in your life at this time. Justice is also kind of about the middle ground, and you have a lot of symbolism here in your reading that kind of represents the middle ground or being neutral. And I feel that would be good for you this week to not be like one extreme or the other in all areas of your life. I think it would be great for you to just be kind of open to different ways of doing things and be open to, just being in the middle is what I would say there. And you also have the Ace of Pentacles, so there could be a major opportunity coming in for you. For some of you, I kind of get like business travel or maybe a job that is at a distance. We see this right here, Ace of Pentacles, King of Cups to the World. So it could be job, business opportunity, could also be a love opportunity as well. I feel like you're coming into this like a clearing in your life. Again, there's also mountains in the background here, and again, so it's like you go from the moon to this Ace of Pentacles, which is much more positive, but the mountains are still off in the distance. So I kind of feel this energy of coming into a clearing. Maybe you're understanding more the path that you're on, how to accomplish your goals, wishes, dreams, with the moon card, because maybe you've been in a moon period. Pretty interesting reading, I have to say. So let's see here. With that Death card, you have the Ace of Cups, two aces in this row. So two aces are a definite yes to any question that I haven't answered. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being really happy. So again, I feel you're seeing this light in the dark. With the Justice card, you have the Hermit. Like I said, you've earned your position at the top of the hill on the Seven of Wands is what the Hermit is really saying to me. And I kind of feel you're coming out of darkness with the Hermit as well. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. I almost feel like this is something you've been looking for. Sometimes I think we just need to look for something and then we'll receive it. So if you've been looking for an opportunity to travel or move, or if you've been looking for an opportunity to find love or whatever the case may be, I feel like because you are looking for it, you will receive it. Even your next card, which we're going to talk about in a minute, it kind of represents asking the universe for something. But you need to ask. If you don't ask, nothing is going to happen. But again, I feel like clearly something is happening. You've already asked for something, or you've been looking for something. Again, I feel the same way. It's kind of like the whole, effect of when you buy a car, you see that car everywhere, right? When you buy a car, but before that, you never saw the car. And I kind of get that energy here where it's like because you're looking for something, you're going to start seeing it everywhere, but in a good way. This could be love. It could be business, whatever it is. I don't know. That's the message I'm getting on the Page of Swords. I like it. Next, you have this message in a bottle card in the area of what you need to know. Again, this is a card of kind of, number one, needing to pay attention to all the signs. That's what popped into my head at the very beginning of your reading. I feel there are good signs. I feel there are warning signs. And I feel like you need to pay attention to all of those things because it's just going to, not be in a good or a bad way. I just think it's going to make your life a lot easier this week, but also probably for the rest of the month if you pay attention to all the signs that you are being shown. So I would definitely pay attention with this message in a bottle type energy here. I also feel that there's like a harvest that is available to you. Ace of Pentacles to me, can represent a big opportunity, and it's showing up in the area of the unexpected. So there could be an unexpected opportunity that you're going to have to take advantage of, that you're going to have to grab onto, with this card. So that's definitely what I would do there. You have the Three of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Cups here. I do feel some of you are kind of going through healing and clearly forgiveness. You have like all these forgiveness cards and all this other stuff. So you could be experiencing or going through forgiveness energy. Again, the Three of Swords is temporary, just like the Moon card. They both represent temporary energy. The Nine of Swords also is specifically a temporary energy. So I feel if you're going through anything, this reading is saying that whatever you're going through is very, very temporary. You have like literally every single temporary card here. Next, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Definitely time to be resourceful. I've been saying this to everyone that, the Queen of Pentacles has been coming up like crazy in all my readings. But she's very focused on that pentacle. She's not focused on this rabbit right here. Rabbits can represent fertility and abundance, but on the Queen of Pentacles, it represents fears and anxiety, the rabbit, because rabbits are kind of nervous little creatures. But the fact is she's focused on what she does have. She's focused on that pentacle. She's not focused on the rabbit. And that's the whole point of the Queen of Pentacles. She's focusing on what she can do, not on what she can't do, basically. And I feel as long as you can maintain that focus, you're going to have a great week this week. You have the King of Cups here. Again, if you're meeting anyone new, I would pay attention to the warning signs. And again, if there are no warning signs, then it's probably a good relationship, right, for you to be in. I keep telling people that the answer to relationships this year is the Justice card, which you have right here. Justice is cause and effect. It's like if you put energy in and then they put energy in and there's a nice back and forth, then it's going to be a great relationship, or it could be potentially a great relationship for you. But you're going to have to pay attention with that King of Cups energy for sure. Because again, I'm not sure where that's going. We're going to clarify right now. I feel there could be maybe a past person. I think the negative side of things here is a past person, someone who's very controlling, someone who's back for a second chance. It's like I feel like this person, like I'm getting the word second life, but as in they kind of like in a video game. They think that they're going to have a rebirth with you, and I feel like you're focused on something new. With the Three of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I would be very, very careful of anyone trying to have a reunion. I would pay attention to the warning signs. Sometimes I feel we can be in a very fragile state where we've finally hermited in our life. We've climbed to the top of the mountain. We finally passed all the tests. We're kind of death card. We're seeing that, pinprick of light in the darkness. And then boom, like I said, the bozo shows back up. And what I feel like this is saying is it's saying, talk to the hand to the bozo, right? I feel like it's saying you need to make sure to put up these boundaries, 7 of Wands, line in the sand, so that you can keep moving forward. Because what's on the other side of that light, which you're this far away from here, clearly in this reading, Cancer, is amazingness and everything you want. You have this wolf card at the end, which is about being fierce, right? So I feel like you might have to show your fangs to a person. Even on the Moon card, the dog and the coyote, the dog and the wolf, whatever you want it to be, it kind of represents our domestic side, but also our wild side. So I feel like maybe your wild side needs to come out on a person if they try to mess up your day, right? With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands, conflict, competition. Again, I feel you need to focus on things that just bring goodness into your life. Clearly, your focus is going to be very important this week. With the King of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands, quick success. So again, I feel if there's a King of Cups type of person who's coming in for you, I feel like this is a very good person. If it's a new, definitely a new person, King of Cups type person, meaning they probably are very expressive. I feel like they probably have very deep emotions as well, but also no warning signs with this person. Next, at the end here for messages from your guides, you have this wolf spirit. Again, I do get that energy of needing to be fierce, needing to be fiercely protective. And that doesn't mean you're being aggressive or mean or anything like that. It just means you could be needing to make sure you're putting up those boundaries. It's also a card of family in this deck. And, you do have the Three of Cups, which can be a card of community and family. I feel a lot of you could be spending a lot of time with family, or again, just family could be very supportive for you at this time as well. You have the Nine of Swords, the Emperor, and the World card showing up here. The Nine of Swords is a never-ending story, so I feel you need to make sure you don't move towards this Nine of Swords energy here. I feel that there could be a lot of warning signs about whatever this Nine of Swords is. For some of you, for most of you, I feel this is a past person, but for some of you, I feel this could be like a job that is just trying to rope you back in, even though you want to escape. So I feel you need to kind of escape from something here, probably something that's controlling, you with the Emperor energy, and whether it's a person or a job, doesn't really matter. I feel you're just trying to live your life and you're trying to be free. I kind of get this rebirth energy here on the Emperor where it's like something is trying to come back, and I feel you need to avoid it at all cost with this energy. And with the World card, I feel you're ending the cycle. It's like you're passing through a portal. I always say the World is a portal card because she's right in the middle of that portal. And I feel a lot of you are just kind of, being reborn yourself at this time. But again, I feel like you need to leave the past in the past. So you're kind of in this little bit of I wouldn't even say you're in limbo. I just think you're in this period of time where you're kind of running towards the light, right? With the Nine of Swords, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Definitely changing direction. You know that something isn't worth it. I feel that you know that something hasn't changed and that something isn't right for you. For some of you, this is clearly a job that's popping into my head as well. If it's not love, I feel for some of you, it's like one of those jobs where your boss is like, oh no, I'll give you, a raise in 6 months. And then 6 months comes around and there's still no raise. And they're like, oh, wait, well, I just can't do it right now. I'll do it in 2 months. I just feel this never ending kind of cycle. And it's like, that something has to come to an end here. And I feel you need to stick up for yourself. It could be any situation, so take it how it resonates. For some of you, it could be a friend who you lent money to or something. I get something about money here. For others, it could just be a person in your life who's always taking your energy, and same thing. They could always be making excuses. I get a lot of excuses on that Seven of Pentacles. With the Emperor, you have the Star, and so again, I feel like that you have healed from this Emperor energy, whatever it is for you, and you're just ready to move on. The Hermit, which you have twice, he's holding the star in his lantern. And I always say, he needs to let his inner star shine. He needs to let his inner light out. So I feel that for those of you that have removed yourself recently, or maybe over the past 5 months or so from a negative situation, that you are kind of blossoming. You're opening up here. With that World card, you have the Chariot. I feel like you're running away from this. This is not like running away to avoid your responsibilities. This is running away so that you don't have to be in an energy any longer. This is a positive, kind of running away type situation. So I feel for a lot of you, you're moving away from things that no longer serve you. Definitely moving towards a victory with the Chariot. I feel like you're the one that's taking control. And this card is you, Cancer. You're showing up in a very strong position, showing up as yourself, showing up in a position of power and strength, showing up in, the best card you possibly could. Damn, this is deep reading here, Cancer. I feel like you're moving towards, just bigger and better things. I love this. So, pay attention to the warning signs, like I said, but other than that, I feel like you're heading towards a major victory. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards here, Cancer. So we are going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. For question number 1, yes, definitely. Quick success, especially if you're asking about love or a person communicating with you. You do have a lot of communication. Judgment, 8 of Wands here. Did I see anything else? Not really. But, the message in a bottle card as well. So, I feel there's a lot of messages coming in for you. I would pay attention to these messages, but I would also pay attention to any signs and symbols. That message in a bottle card is very specifically a card that says pay attention to all signs, positive, negative, warnings, everything. And if you do that, then you're going to have a great week. Next, you have the 10 of Cups for question number 2. Yes, definitely. Yes. And 10 of Cups is fortune after difficulty. Amazing for love. For question number 3, yes, 9 of Cups. Wishes, wish fulfillment, happiness, good things coming in for you. So love it. But this looks pretty good to me here, Cancer. I know it's like a little bit of a shorter reading, but again, I think that shorter readings are better because there's no reason for me to add a bunch of fluff and drag it out, right? I'm just not, well, I am fluffy, but I'm not, I don't like to add fluff, right? So that's that, Cancer. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.